the lineup for both teams tonight. Some names out of action.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
So the Nets starting five. We've got Johnson, Moses Malone out there with Russell. Then it's Tracy McGrady, and it's Kobe in at the 2. And for Miami, Anthony Davis is out there with Ewing. Then there's Robertson, and it's LeBron James, and it's Pierce in at the 3 spot.
And this is the problem. The length, the timing. Russell, one of the very best at corralling misses and turning them into points.
Now here's Robertson. Heat moving the ball around. 5 on the clock. Now the pass to James. The fadeaway. Rebound, Brooklyn.
His touch from mid-range, and that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
A shot by McGrady, no good. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to catch up with the Nets head coach. He said, hey, look, this is all about rebounding tonight. He said coming out ahead on the glass is something we have to do. If we let them beat us on the glass, it's going to be an uphill fight tonight. Kevin, they've got their work cut out for them. Back to you.
Much appreciated, David. Thank you. So what does that mean if your man is doing a better job cleaning the paint? Robertson passes to Pierce. James against Kobe. Robertson outside. Lays it up off the glass.
In the painted area, it's where Robertson can destroy you. He's just too strong and too skilled.
Pass to McGrady. Shoots from the elbow. The shot, no good. And the Heat going the other way now. Robertson left side. Back to James. No good with the triple. The Nets have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. James against McGrady. The feed to Malone. LeBron with the block.
LeBron using his length that time perfectly. When he's in the area, you can't throw up anything lazy.
Davis in the corner. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Bryant looking over the floor. Passes it to Johnson. And they call an illegal screen here.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, a quick little lean like that is going to get the ref's attention. Foul called.
And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the Mobile One block.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Nets lead by 3. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
Irving is out there with Arenas. Then it's Weber. Then there's Carter. And it's Gilmore in at the center. So that's who Miami starts the second with. Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Hey, Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater's horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. How about Devontae Graham, the second rounder back in 2018, but he's showing to be an established young talent in this league. And there are many more guys like that, and they're going to have their opportunity to become household names.
Arenas kicks to Carter. Over Baylor. Off the left rim and out.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, and if efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Brooklyn shooting their first free throw of the night.
In the season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
That free throw good from Baylor.
And, you know, beyond all the things Baylor gives you, he's an entertainer out on the floor. The acrobatics we see, something spectacular from this guy almost every game.
Hard. And that one hits back iron. Nets leading by 8. Outside Baylor. West against Arenas. Knocked loose. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And you look at all the things this man brings to the game. The focus, the resolve, a winner's mindset. I mean, there's a reason why they call him the logo.
And he makes the first. The Nets making a switch here. George is checked in. And both free throws good for West. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Miami Heat. It's a 10-point game. Arenas dishes to Irving. It's good, and it's Arenas with the assist. Irving's got his first basket of the night.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Here's West. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. There will be a subtle but significant change on the court this season. Wilson is now the official basketball supplier for the NBA and its affiliated leagues. In fact, they were the association's original supplier starting in 1946. Now, after a nearly 4-decade hiatus, Wilson reclaims that position. Guys, back to you.
We appreciate that, David. Thank you. And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. Basket counts. Davis has got his first points in this one.
Well, AD has the green light. Trust me, in this offensive system, he can shoot the ball whenever he wants.
Johnson kicks to Bryant. Puts one up from 19, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Boy, have they gotten hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front.
Oh, come on. Sometimes LeBron just likes to take it all out on the rim, that time on display.
That's leading by 8. Johnson outside. George looking over the floor. Brooklyn gets it back with the new shot clock at 14. And here we go. Fast break. James has got it. Makes it off the glass. LeBron's got 4 points in the quarter.
Just again, LeBron James, his size, his speed, just impossible to stop. So hack away.
And here's Kobe for 3. No good that time. And so it's Brooklyn with a 6-point lead.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, good to see you. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. The period came to a close with them. That's all for now.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Jerry West.
Yeah, and the numbers don't jump out at you, but the impact on the game sure does.
Well, the commitment he has to fill his role and consistently fill that role, that's what that team needs from him.
Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Kobe. Russell is out there at Malone. Then it's Magic Johnson. And it's McGrady in at the small forward position. Pass to McGrady. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. Johnson against Robertson. Fires, high post. Shot is good off the back rim and in. James has got 6 points. Greg, one of your former teammates, John Starks, would get under a guy's skin on the court. He's like a nuisance, but really opposite off the floor, away from the game.
I tell you, Kev, John's got a heart of gold, and anybody that knows him is going to be a fan of the person. John is as good a friend as I can ever recall having.
First trip to the line for him here. That's good from Johnson. Some changes for Brooklyn. Mutombo is checked in for Russell. Malone comes in for Malone. And it's Baylor in for Tracy McGrady. So Johnson hits 2 of them.
Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
James, the pass to Robertson. Feeds to Davis. Count the basket.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
So for the Nets, Dominique Wilkins. He's checked in for Kobe. And West subs in for Magic Johnson. Miami shooting their first free throw of the night here.
Well, AD, such a soft-spoken guy. He does a lot of work in the offseason to improve every facet of his game, and then steps in with tremendous confidence every season to show off all the hard work that he's put in.
I tell you what, he came out of that locker room raring to go.
For 3, Pierce. That's good. And Robertson with the assist. Robertson's got 6 assists here tonight.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
Well, they didn't really have a choice at the position that they were. They had to fight hard. They've gotten that. They've outworked the other team. Just fighting tonight.
Mutombo kicks to Wilkins. Just 4 to shoot. For 3, West. It's hauled in by Ewing. Ewing's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. The pass to Robertson over West. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Davis has got the lead up to 2 now for the Heat.
Just another example of what makes Anthony Davis such a great rebounder. Size and athleticism, but you combine that with his anticipation, and he gets a lot of secondary opportunities.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the 3rd. James against Wilkins. Robertson kicks to LeBron, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. James has got 8 points.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
That one falls. West has got the game tied up here for the Nets.
I mean, it's just fun to sit back and enjoy watching him operate. And that's what it looked like the D was doing as well. They're just sitting back and watching.
Ewing, the pass to Robertson. And here is James. And he drops in the layup off the glass. James has got the lead, back up to 2 now for the Heat.
Well, the combination of power and finesse, it just is automatic when LeBron gets down low. One of the most efficient paint players in the game.
And we just finished the 3rd quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Heat out front. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
3/10 quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Brooklyn. Trailing by 2. A moment now to reset the lineups. Brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the 4th quarter. And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. Gilbert Arenas is out there with Irving. Then there's Carter. Then it's Weber, and it's Gilmore in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Takes a shot at the elbow. Second shot opportunity, and the layup is up and in. Gilmore's got his first basket.
Yeah, and sometimes he comes off as maybe being laid back, but Gilmore is a fierce competitor in the post, and it comes out in his rebounding more than anywhere else.
Johnson, good.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, whether it's teammates or the coaching staff, hopefully a combination of both, but when it gets close, he's getting the ball.
And you love the quick ups, but then how about that explosiveness on the finish? Irving, man, he just has incredible gifts.
That's a tough rebound if you don't have the length that he does, so the size paying off.
To the inside, and Weber throws it down.
And Weber, just tremendous size in the paint, easily rising up to take that one home.
Johnson surveying the floor. Banked in off the glass.
You just can't draw that up any better. It's a pivotal moment in the game, and they go with the size mismatch for the lay-in.
Timeout called, the Heat. They're in front by 2. There's a minute 34 left in the fourth quarter. And Miami going with a whole new group out there. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Eric Spoelstra coaching the team during the break. He told them, hey, guys, this is a close game, but if we execute right here, I like our chances. There's no need for hero ball. Trust one another. Make the simple play. Kevin, back to you.
And here's Kobe from the arc. It's good from long range. Bryant's got 5 points in the quarter.
He's a guy that lives for a big moment like that. Great focus and courage in the clutch.
Here's Robertson. Count it. And he'll have a chance for a three-point play. Magic Johnson picks one up.
And this is the time when you want to lock it down defensively. Thus far, not happening.
I'm looking out there trying to find one guy at least interested in playing defense, not that last possession.
And really a great job to maintain his composure. How about the body control there? Now he gets the and one and turns this into a 2-possession game.
And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
From Robertson, and again Miami with the triple.
And generally Robertson's a guy that likes to play free throw line and below, but here's a time where he steps out and launches from beyond.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They're trailing by 7. 51 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now we present our New Balance player of the game, Oscar Robertson.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. And that has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. Here's good.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
Oh, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
And Davis sends it back.
Love that D from Davis, rises up and swats that shot away.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's McGrady. His three-pointers off the mark. Now Robertson. Pass to Ewing. Outside Pierce. And so it's Miami winning this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And that'll do it, folks. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our two
racks on racks on. Stay in the east, but I move through the west. King of the talk, got that with your chest. I've been around in the cloud and neglect. I made a sound that was mine for the get. How long I'm in as long as I get. I'm from the side with a time never rest. Move through the side like it's mine unprotected. Do it for the side, I'ma rise and direct it. Yeah. On me trying to get my dough. Wrist on freeze, but the time not slow. They love to talk on the way I glow. Yeah. Hustle on, that's all I know. Made it on mine, and that's all I know. Way too.
And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interest. Well, the weekend obviously is in full swing. And now the Lakers starting group. We've got Allen. Nowitzki is out there with Abdul-Jabbar. Then it's Richmond. And it's Wade in at the 5. And for San Antonio, Towns is out there with Joel Embiid. Then there's Doncic. Then it's Curry. And it's Tatum in at the 3. Now here's Wade. The 19-footer is on the money.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
And so Curry will bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. Doncic outside. And he comes up with the deuce.
Boy, that's a recipe for disaster, fellas. Allowing Doncic to get comfortable from this area, forget about it.
Wade outside. Shoots over Doncic. The shot by Wade, no good. You know, Greg, we can all agree that Joel Embiid's a superstar in the league with this play, but you get the feeling he's the most criticized superstar in the league right now as well.
You know, pundits and fans have questioned his fitness, his fit, but at the end of the day, he does get it done, and the numbers speak for themselves. Embiid's an outspoken guy, which can invite a lot of criticism.
Well, you see the toughness and the instincts of Jabbar. I mean, always a threat for these second-chance opportunities.
Here's Embiid. Outside for Curry. Nailed from three-point land.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Lakers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Los Angeles' head coach gave me a few minutes. We talked about which player was the biggest challenge tonight, and he quickly noted it was Jason Tatum. Coach said any clean look from outside, and he'll drop it in. Mid-range, 3, it doesn't matter. Getting a hand in his face is a must-do for us. So Tatum can't be allowed to slip away this time. Guys?
Thank you, David.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there. Boy, I like how quickly he threw the bounce pass there. Hard to defend against that.
Doncic kicks to Curry. With the teardrop, he takes it up and lays it in. Curry's got 5 points so far.
Boy, what a brilliant find by Doncic.
Wade outside. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Nowitzki. Mullen comes in for Richmond. Maravich, he's checked in for Allen. And Isaiah Thomas is subbed in for Dwayne Wade. San Antonio shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
And a season ago at the charity stripe, this is a group that shot an impressive 81%.
Hard to keep up with Irvin. I mean, this guy knows how to get to the line. He's a multi-dimensional scorer, always attacking.
So it's the Spurs now. 3-point lead. Takes it from 10. Butler, no good. Here's Maravich. Great D that time from Vucevic. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. It's the Spurs up 3. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Spurs?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So for the Lakers right now, Maravich is out there with Thomas. Then it's Mullen. Then there's Howard. And it's Abdul-Jabbar in at the 4 slot. A lot of great talkers over the years, trash talkers on the floor in this league. Do you think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
And Kevin, that's a great question, and believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin, and I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence. And so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they will cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
Well, I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that right now.
No, we don't do that.
So it's San Antonio now, following the bucket by the Lakers. 6 to shoot. He gets that one. Thompson's got his first points of the night. Here's Thomas. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And the Lakers decide to take their first timeout here. So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Abdul-Jabbar. Richmond comes in for Mullen. Wade, he's checked in for Maravich. And it's Stockton in for Thomas. Here's Stockton. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
And, you know, guys, Wade is a terrific teammate, always willing to give up the ball and share the sugar, if you will, especially when his teammate is wide open.
Now here's Tatum. Spurs passing it around. To the left wing. Embiid against Nowitzki. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Embiid is unstoppable, just too strong for the defense, no matter what they throw at him.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And I like what he did at the line a season ago. How about 81%?
And guys, if a game was coming down to the wire and an opponent needed to foul, I mean, he was the guy they wanted with the ball in his hands. I mean, shooting the free throws because of his proficiency there.
And Howard with the second chance points.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Back to Curry. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Wade against Doncic. Here's Howard. Misses off the right iron. Richmond against Curry. There's the triple. And it's D. Wade with the rebound. Here's Stockton. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. Spurs lead by 2. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Steph. I know Coach Stress is taking care of the basketball. What have you guys been doing to make sure you limit?
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. A pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. They didn't get more than a one-possession lead in the period. 3 points was as big as it got. The second quarter saw them lose just a fraction of the lead they held at the end of the first, as they're now ahead by 2 points at the half. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio?
Well, I have to point to their efficiency on the offensive end as the key for them. The way they've been moving the ball and finding the open man, that's been super impressive. They don't need to change a thing, Ernie. At this point, just keep playing smart basketball.
And Shaq, what you think about the Lakers?
Well, I thought the one bright spot was the effort on the
And that'll do it for our...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Embiid is out there with Tatum. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. Then there's Doncic, and it's Curry in at the point guard position. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs.
Doncic, because he's so skilled and so savvy, he does a nice job forcing the defense into tough spots when they're guarding.
For San Antonio, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. All free throws good from Doncic. Now here's Allen. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And the pass to Wade. And good. Got the English that time as it falls.
Well, that was Dirk Nowitzki getting in the way of the defense right there. Well done.
And here's Doncic. 8 points for him. Tatum finds Embiid. A fader. And that one, good. Embiid's got his second bucket of the night. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in a team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. Down low, and Allen slams it in.
Yep, Westbrook seems to have a sixth sense for those kinds of openings. Knows exactly where the gap is and finds his teammate perfect.
Mitchell with it, working on Allen. Mitchell's shot is good. Mitchell's got his first bucket of the night.
And the defense no factor, which is why he simply laid it in.
Allen passes to Westbrook. Wide open look, and they pick up 2. Westbrook's got it all tied up now for Los Angeles.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
On the wing, Mitchell. Back to Irving. No good on the 3. And so Westbrook will bring it up for Los Angeles. To the middle. And the dunk by Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah, defensively, this is a mismatch. No contest. Jabbar with his length at the rim, forget about it.
On its way from Irving for 2. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Irving's got 5 now. Lakers have gotten every shot that dropped since halftime. They're 5 for 5 from the floor. Nowitzki, the pass to Westbrook. And another 3 for the Lakers.
That stroke is all about focus for Westbrook. When he's dialed in and he's got his balance, mark it up.
Irving against Westbrook. Irving with it. Mitchell outside. Over Allen. Unable to get that one.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Lakers ahead, up 3. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And on the court for the Lakers to start the fourth, they've got Abdul-Jabbar, D-Wade out there with John Stockton, then it's Richmond, and it's Howard in at the 5 roaming the paint.
Yeah, Curry is so impressive. His peripheral vision is what makes him unique, in addition to his ball handling skills. He does a nice job setting up his teammates and knows how to get them the ball when they're open.
Three-pointer from Stockton. It doesn't go for him. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. In the corner, Tatum with it. And the shot goes in. Tatum's got his first bucket in this one.
Man, I like the way Tatum plays through contact, stays with his shot no matter what the defense throws at him.
Doncic against Wade. Howard. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one on Embiid.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
Thomas checked in for John Stockton.
They should be in front right now, but he'll be relieved not to have come up totally empty there.
Curry against Wade. Curry dishes to Towns, and it's good for two.
Well-coordinated play there. I mean, Towns rolls off at the right time. So important, the timing of that roll, and shows good finishing ability on the move.
Passes to Wade. Here's Howard. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Dwight Howard wants to be the man during these possessions, and he's been able to come up in crucial spots.
Curry against Wade. And Wade sends it back. And now the fast break. Thomas with the ball. Lobbed up there for Howard. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Great timing and recognition as Howard is able to go up for the alley-oop.
Curry looking around. A rebound by the Lakers.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that. No doubt about it, Wade has found the touch right now.
San Antonio calls timeout. They trail by 4. 50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Dwyane Wade.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hand.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Nowitzki comes in for Dwight Howard. And Allen subbed in for Isaiah Thomas. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Greg Popovich talk to his team. He told them they have to keep fighting. He said, hey, look, we're right here, but we can't make mistakes. You got to be aggressive and smart. Back to you guys.
On its way from Curry for 2. No good there. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. And I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
Wade kicks to Allen. Wade passes to Nowitzki. It's good!
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
Yeah, I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 5. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
Trying to stay alive, they've got to work quickly.
Yeah, they're going to draw up a play here, I think, to get a shot right off of the inbounds pass and not waste too much time at all.
Trifecta!
That's what I'm talking about right there. Game on the line. Towns lets nothing stand in his way.
And they go to the intentional foul.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, it's plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
Man, the confidence and flair that Wade plays with, uniquely his own, a dynamite two-guard who is also a clutch performer.
And so it's the Lakers who come out on top here. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation.
Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
A subway system in Manhattan, part of the experience here in New York. And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
Compensating for the absence of a key player can be difficult, but they've got to hold strong.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. They got Jason Kidd. Durant is out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Rose, and it's Olajuwon in its center. And for the Knicks, we've got Chamberlain. Gary Payton is out there with Michael Jordan. And it's Garnett, and it's Bird in at the 3 spot. A shot by Jordan, no good. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Trying to find Durant. He's got it now. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Boy, that open look set up by Kawhi Leonard, that's probably the most underrated aspect of his game.
Payton against Rose. Now here's Payton. D right on him. Good D by Olajuwon. And it's the Clippers ball. Leonard on the wing. Outside Kidd. Clippers working now with the new shot clock. And it's Olajuwon with the jam.
Such a graceful player. Hakeem is light off the ground there for that rebound, and then the skill to send that one home.
Now here's Payton. Here's Jordan. Garnett trying to break loose, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
KD passes to Kidd. Rose up on top. Good work there as it goes.
Well, this guy is such a strong decision maker. Derrick Rose with the mid-range jumper. Yes, that's in my bag as well.
Now, here is Chamberlain. Here's Bird. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
They're basically saying you're going to have to guard us at every point on the floor tonight if you're going to have any chance.
And Leonard gets it to go.
Listen, this guy is far from just a scorer. Kevin Durant loves to share the basketball.
Here's Payton. And that one is good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Durant. Excellent D there from Garnett. The Knicks have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Great play by Bird to set it up. It's a tie ball game.
Well, at his age, for Kevin Garnett, it's about the passion and toughness allowing him to be successful.
Jordan against Kidd. Pass to Olajuwon. Shoots over Chamberlain. Olajuwon, good. Olajuwon's got his second basket of the night.
And that's the rub. I mean, as good as Olajuwon is on the blocks, he can be equally as effective from mid-range.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Los Angeles on top. They lead by 2. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So for the Clippers right now, we've got Hardaway. Shaquille O'Neal is out there with Yao. Then it's Anthony. And it's Hill in at the shooting guard position. Now here's Nash. Now Meng pulls it in. Hill against Reed. Hill, no good.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
Here's Worthy. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Greg is a point guard. What is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable at that spot. And, you know, you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So, you know, the typical stuff about organizing the offense and setting the tone on the defensive end, that stuff's important as well. But so much of how you carry yourself out on the floor when you deal with adversity and you know that you're going to is really paramount.
And no good that time. O'Neal with the defensive effort. Clippers leading by 4. Outside Hardaway. It's back to Hill. Over Nash. Hill, no good.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
Havlicek outside. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. There's 47 seconds left in the first half. Anthony in the corner. And the shot is long. Knicks trail by 4. To the paint. Back to Rodman. Inside, here's Havlicek. Excellent D there from Hill.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Outside Worthy, pass to Nash. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
The Knicks shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line. Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Here's Olajuwon. No good off the back of the rim.
And this is exactly what you have to do to stop him. That was a tremendous contest, forcing the miss.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At the end of the period, they were up by... And that's going to do it for us here.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. And so it's Rose bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. A 2-point game. Gary Payton is out there with Jordan. And it's Garnett. Then there's Chamberlain. And it's Bird in at the 3. So that's who Tom Thibodeau starts the second half with. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Kawhi Leonard very comfortable in catch-and-shoot situations. This guy is so good even without a dribble.
The pass to Bird. They grabbed their own miss. Garnett, the layup missed. Clippers leading by 5. Here's Leonard. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Leonard's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, speed, intelligence, touch. Kawhi Leonard has it all.
Pass to Chamberlain. Passes it to Jordan. Over Kidd. Garnett, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, their first basket in 4 tries. Can that trigger a little bit of good shooting here? We'll find out.
Here's Rose. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Wow, what a start to this half. 3 for 3, dictating the pace on the offensive end. They're rolling early.
Lillard's checked in for Gary Payton.
Well, an interesting thing about Derrick Rose, right? Over his career, he's been an up-and-down jump shooter, but he's been remarkably consistent from the free throw line.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Michael Jordan. KD looking around. Kicks it to Rose. And here's Kidd from the arc. Drills it from outside. Kidd's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
The vision by Rose, right? Hits the open man. He's creating for others, and this guy is so tough to deal with.
Here's Lillard. Lays it up and banks it in. Lillard's got his first 2 points.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
Durant kicks to Rose. Pass to Leonard. Back to Rose. Shot clock at 6. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Will Chamberlain picks one up. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. And the first one drops. So New York ends up going with the new group. The Clippers also making some changes. Shaq is checked in for Durant. Anthony comes in for Leonard. Hardaway is subbed in for Derrick Rose. Knicks trail by 9. Nash, the pass to Rodman. Havlicek against Kidd. And it's sent back by O'Neal.
And the aggressiveness on display here from O'Neal. Terrific at turning shots away with that size and length.
Outside Hardaway. There's the pass to Olajuwon. Over Reed. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And so it's Los Angeles. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. And we'll be right back after this. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the 4th, O'Neal is out there with Anthony. Then there's Hardaway. Then it's Jason Kidd. And it's Hill in at small forward. Here's Anthony. David Robinson making his last shot. Anthony. And the layup is good. Anthony's got the lead up to 9 now for the Clippers.
You don't teach that. You see the defense there, but Melo seems to navigate around or through it.
To the middle. Here's Robinson. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. To the paint. Kidd dishes to Anthony. It's deflected. Payton looking around. Here's Havlicek, and it's sent back by Hill. And he gets it back. And that one's good from Havlicek. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. To the inside. Shaq's shot is off. Knicks trail by 7. And it's sent back by Hill. And he's able to get it back. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. That sends John Havlicek to the free throw line. Brett Hill picks one up. So for the Knicks, Chamberlain's checked in for Robinson. Garnett comes in for Reed. And Larry Bird subbed for Nash. And then for Los Angeles, Kevin Durant's checked in for Anthony. Leonard comes in for Hill, and it's Rose in for Hardaway.
Well, this is why you run your offense through him in important situations. You know he's going to deliver.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. The Knicks making a switch here. Jordan's checked in. Second one is good. Being both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Well, just knocking them down from the charity stripe, extending the lead. Simple basketball.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They're behind by 6. 1:30 left in the game. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, well, let's summarize what Tom Thibodeau went over with his guys during the break. He said, we're too concerned with their shooters right now. We've got to close off the inside. They are gutting us. He pleaded with his guys. Come on, let's take a stand. Kevin?
That one drops for him.
Yeah, putting the team on his back as he often does. The tighter the game gets, the more Jordan wants the ball.
Shaq with the bucket.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for New York. They trail by 6. Lobs it up for Jordan, and the dunk by Jordan.
And you know how that play's going to end. Jordan in the air, adjusting effortlessly.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're leading by 4. 1:07 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Shaq.
And he's provided them with a major mismatch on that low block tonight. That they've been able to lean on his scoring in the paint. And if nothing else has worked, he's given them a reliable option on every possession.
Chamberlain brings the double team. Rose kicks to Leonard. Rose passes to Leonard. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. The Clippers need to get off a shot. O'Neal. Not going to go that time. Some solid defense from Chamberlain. Payton outside. It counts. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
Now here's Rose. Durant with it, and it's Bird picking him up. Got it.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute.
New York calls timeout. They're down by 4. There's 18 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
Trying to stay alive, they've got to work quickly.
This is the very definition of desperation mode right now. They need a quick shot and a quick foul.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, and every generation or so, a player comes along who can be considered a true superstar. Folks, that's Larry Bird.
Bird hits them both.
And that makes it a one-possession game, guys. Got to be the biggest free throws of the game thus far.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game.
Well, this trip to the line should seal the deal. Amazing job.
And again, it's the Knicks missing.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
And Kidd, really just a nightly triple-double threat. Big point guard who can score, pass, and also rebounds the ball.
And so Los Angeles takes the win. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And here were the Bulls arriving earlier at the arena with a big game on the road awaiting. A terrific short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
They're missing a quality player. Injuries a big part of the game. They've just got to make the adjustments.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls opening lineup. They've got Frazier, McAdoo out there with Duncan, and it's English in at the 3 spot. And for Boston, they've got Walton. Drexler is out there with Chris Paul. Then there's Pippen, and it's Hayes in at the 4. Clock at 4. And it's blocked. What a play as he just snatches the shot out of midair. Paul looking around from deep three-point range. Rebound by the Bulls.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Trying to take advantage of that extra space on the perimeter. We see a lot of this now.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, a bit ago, Billy Donovan and I were able to talk. He said the first thing is to control the boards. He said nothing frustrates me more than giving up second chance points. And today, I don't want to be frustrated. We'll see if they have listened to him, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Obviously, getting better position on the boards is an issue. Here's Rice. Both teams tonight, Greg, love to push the ball up the floor, even off made shots.
You know, trying to find an opening before the half-court D can set up. I think you're going to see more and more of that every year.
I agree. So the Chicago Bulls able to put up the first points on the board. Back to Drexler. And the dunk by Drexler.
How about the explosive vertical there? Not much you can do to stop Drexler once he gets to the rim.
There's 1:38 left here in the first quarter. Frazier kicks to McAdoo. Frazier against Paul. Duncan trying to break loose. A nice shot by Frazier.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Now here's Hayes. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Celtics shooting their first free throws of the game.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
Shooting 2.
the first one falls. The Bulls making a switch here. Hayes hits them both. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. For Chicago, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Lanier, the pass to Frazier. And he lays it straight in.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, that's because he's getting his number called early. I mean, he's doing his part to help carry the offensive load.
2 points. That one goes.
And I tell you, Antetokounmpo's evolved into one of the better passing forwards in our league. And when the defense is focused on you that much, you need to be able to find the open man.
Here's Kuzi. Allen Iverson on the wing. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Pass to Frazier. Down low, pocket 6, and Duncan throws it down hard.
Yeah, and at 7-1, Duncan is a problem in the paint. Outstanding with his extension there and just hammering it home.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Bulls lead by 2. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And when asked to compare himself to LeBron James,
I know if I put the work in, maybe.
And Greg, that's the humble, hard-working approach we've come to expect from Giannis.
You know, he's not interested in putting himself on a pedestal. Enough people do that for him. He just wants to become the best he can be and win rings.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Bulls?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the floor for Boston, they've got Pippen, Antetokounmpo out there with Jokic. Then it's Iverson, and it's Kuzi in at the 1 spot.
The peripheral vision, the decisive delivery. Those are things you love about Frazier's artistry as a playmaker.
Here's Iverson. Rebound by Brandon Roy.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
That's just great defense, forcing his man into a difficult attempt.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Well, if you just look for a few minutes at Giannis Antetokounmpo on the court, you know why he's called the Greek Freak. But it's the drive that makes him an MVP. He said people try to make it complicated. Life is simple. You know what you want, go get it. Do what it takes every day and don't lie to yourself. Guys, I hope you understand I'm being truthful in all of these reports. Back to you.
Love the intensity. David, thank you. Celtics trail by 8.
Giannis Antetokounmpo has said he doesn't want people calling him the MVP because he doesn't want to relax. He said he fears failure, so he has got to get better.
Frazier against Pippen. Shot by Frazier, no good.
A fantastic effort on D to get up in his face and deny the layup.
Here's Pippen. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Frazier. And another fast break chance here for the Bulls. Here we go. It's good. Boys got the lead up to 10 now for the Bulls.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
So the Celtics called timeout. They're first.
Things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
Well, the defensive intensity has to pick up, and I'm sure coach is going to let them know that.
Here's Iverson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. 36 seconds left in the second quarter. Drexler drives in, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Both free throws good from Drexler.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
The Bulls leading by 8. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Duncan surveying the D. Pass to Rice. 6 on the shot clock. Over Iverson. And it's Drexler with the rebound.
I thought that one was going to go down. The mid-range jumpers, oh, man, that's usually a bunny with the D playing soft like that.
And Iverson throws it down.
Listen, you can count on Paul to find an open man. His court awareness simply off the charts.
The shot, no good. And so it's Chicago. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. It was a closely contested first quarter for Chicago. At the end of the period, they were up by 2. And guys, for the Bulls, Kenny, how'd you see it? And that should...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Greg, as a young player, one of your mentors was Patrick Ewing. How valuable was that to have that kind of guy tutoring you, mentoring you as you were just getting in the NBA?
I tell you, he was the consummate professional and really an incredible leader by example. This guy spent infinite amount of hours in the gym in the offseason honing his craft, first on the floor, last to leave it throughout his professional career, and that's something he had in common with all the truly greats who ever played the game.
So the Bulls 5 right now. Duncan is out there with McAdoo. Then there's Frazier, and it's English in at the small forward. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the Bulls have a new front office, branching out from the Nuggets Brain Trust with new team president. Given Denver's success identifying and developing young talent with a win percentage that's climbed year after year, there is at least some optimism that the Bulls will be able to build a similar and sustainable winning program. Guys?
Wouldn't that be a story? Thank you, David. Outside Pippen. Back to Drexler. Beyond the arc. The shot's good on the assist by Pippen. Drexler's got 7 points in the game.
Rock solid start for him. I mean, they're 3 for 3 since coming out of the locker room.
The pass to Rice. Back to Duncan. Just 5 to shoot. Three-pointer. Shot's good by Rice. Rice has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Nice and steady so far in the second half. They're 3 for 4.
Drexler passes to Pippen. A putback. It's good on the putback. Walton's got his second bucket tonight.
He makes so many hustle plays, and here he's working the offensive glass from tipping.
Here's Rice, and there's a nice one-handed slam.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
The coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy baskets like this.
Here's Pippen, and it's Pippen with the jam.
And he shows us all
what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Here's English. Sinks that one from the post. And the Bulls lead by 5.
They've tailored their offense around him. And let me tell you, he loves playing in this system.
Shot from the wing. And that one off the back of the rim and in. 5 points in the game.
And the D just a step slow reacting to the step back.
English passes to McAdoo. Now Duncan. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Here's Frazier. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam.
Wow. Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
What a performer this guy is. He relishes the chance to hammer it down.
Outside Pippen. Fires for 3. No good that time. And we've reached the end of the third. Bulls out front. They lead by 5. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right. And how about a look now at our assist to the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, I mean, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session tomorrow.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Jokic is out there with Antetokounmpo, and it's Drexler, then it's Iverson, and it's Cousy in at the 1. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Jokic against Duncan. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
And that's part of his game. Love seeing Duncan just sky up there to reject shots. Does a great job of utilizing that wingspan along with his timing.
Good anticipation on the feed. He knows exactly where to go with that ball.
And that one's good by Giannis.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
This is why they go to him in these spots. I mean, they trust his judgment and ability to score down the stretch.
1:57 left to play in the final quarter. Count that one. And the Bulls lead by 7.
The mid-range jumper is a high percentage shot for him, and when he's got that much room, forget about it.
And finished off by Drexler.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. Passes it to English. Over Drexler, and the Bulls tack on 2 more. We've gone about a minute and a half into the 4th quarter. Here's Cousy. He's covered by Roy. Here's Antetokounmpo. Offensive rebound. Jokic. He can't get it to go. The Bulls leading by 7. Now here's Roy. That shot missing. Drexler with the defensive effort.
And not sure they've got enough time to save themselves.
Yeah, it's quite unlikely, but we've seen crazier things happen.
Gets the 3-pointer to fall.
And keeping the defense honest, every team in our league practically begs Giannis to take that shot.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're up by 4. 59 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. And now let's present our New Balance player of the game.
Well, he's got his field goal percentage in the high 50s. And that says a lot about how well he's been able to kind of exploit the gaps in the defense. His motion, his ability to find open spots on the floor, you can definitely see the difference.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Billy Donovan's huddle with his team. He said to them, guys, coming up, this is where the game could be won or lost. We need to make plays on both ends. Stay focused, stay locked in, trust one another. We'll see if they can keep that trust going, Kevin.
Duncan down low. Hayes on him. And he's going up for the alley-oop. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
As
as efficient a scorer as you'll find. English is just as effective in transition as he is in the half court. That's one of the things you have to admire about it.
Now a timeout called by Boston. They trail by 6. 32 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
Trying to stay alive, they've got to work quickly.
Time is of the essence. Basket and a foul, that's got to be the game plan.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Again, the miss by the Celtics. And an intentional foul right there. And here's Duncan. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. They've led by as much as 10, and he commits the intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
And one of the very best in our league at getting to the line. Walt Frazier just has that great change of pace and aggressive nature. Always playing, though, under control.
And here's Drexler outside. Kicks it out to Paul. For the three, at the tip. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 8. 11 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Seconds left in the fourth quarter. Lucas, that's good.
The inbound play works to perfection. You got to love to get those quick hitters.
And now we've got the intentional foul. Gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's an 8-point game. Pass to Pippen. Paul for three. No good. And so it's Chicago winning this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you later.
I told my brother have some patience and your day'll come. Now he's sitting in the he ain't got no. You can't walk inside my shoes like a sneaker come. Overcome obstacles and they still come. I was trying to make a way out like it was my first day out.